All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here talking about real music in real time. I've got an article you're not going to believe, and I'm doing it for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. So, full disclosure, the article is not from the Babylon Bee. All right. I'm just going to say that before I get going. And before I get going, here's a real band. They're a real band. They're called High South. I didn't think they were making music like this anymore, but in a couple of cases they are. This one blew me away the first time I heard it, and then I'm like, I'm just going to get the album so I can share it with people. The album is called Feel This Good, and if you like, say, the Doobie Brothers, the Eagles, the Beach Boys, and America, all right? Can you believe America isn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I just. Anyway, High South will make you feel really good. All right, so go listen to some High South. Now, Mick Jagger. I'm going to skip the title of the article. Apparently, they're going to focus on the 64 ladies that are linked with the Rolling Stones singer. Now, this is written by a dude, okay? A dude wrote this. There may be no lover in rock history more adored, envied, scrutinized, and mythicized than Mick Jagger. If I'm a dude and my first sentence says there may be no lover in rock history, and I'm playing for the home team, it's just a weird sentence. My guess is this dude might not be playing for the home team. But anyway, the Rolling Stones frontman is a legendary Lothario. Again, I don't know what side of the aisle he's on. Linked with women from every walk of life. From Hollywood stars to runway models, socialites to swimsuit models, first ladies to magazine models, and groupies to fashion models. You know, I'm getting tired of this run-on sentence. Jagger has opened his heart, and here comes the punchline, and more often his bed. It's not the Babylon Bee, folks. To an incredible number of partners. Now, incredible, when you think of the word incredible, I mean, that means like good, spectacular, just high, like a high quality. It's like an incredible lunch that I had today. It was incredible. So incredible is the modifying element to number of partners. So saying that you have many partners is incredible. It's incredible to behold, and it seems like this guy has some kind of sleep partner envy. I don't know how to phrase it. Bedding the person envy. But it goes on. It's not over. It's just getting started. By his own count, the iconic singer claims to have slept with more than 4,000 women. I haven't heard Mick put a number on this, but apparently this guy's an expert. I'm just going to follow his lead. Such a number seems unfathomable for any normal person, yet this is Mick Jagger we're talking about. So we tend to believe him. Okay, sure, it's Mick Jagger. If Mick Jagger said 4,000, man, and you go with a 4,000. Now they go on. Assembling a list of Jagger's former lovers is a fool's errand. Writing this article wasn't, especially since the man himself has probably forgotten more than a few late night rendezvous. Still, we combed the archives and came up with a list of 64 ladies who have been romantically linked with the Stones singer. Okay, stop. So you combed the archives. You actually did research to find 64 ladies who have been romantically linked with the Stones singer. I mean, imagine getting that job. You're talking to your boss in the morning. Okay, what's today's assignment? I need you to find all of the women that have been linked to Mick Jagger. And I would say to my boss, kind of a slow news day, huh? Can't we talk about the upcoming Stones tour? You know, how Keith Richards is doing these, anything. Nope. Find the 64 women linked to Mick Jagger. You know, this is sad. If it wasn't so comical, it would just be, I mean, they're just idolizing. He's slept with 4,000 women. It's amazing. It's incredible. We'd like to be him. We're trying to be like Mick Jagger. They go on, by the way, here, and they're going into more detail. Some partners have openly discussed Jagger's bedroom antics, describing him as a passionate and insatiable lover. Oh my gosh. Again, this is a dude writing this. Others have not been so kind. One described him as a sexual vampire. So did he need blood afterwards? I mean, I just maybe. While another felt so let down by the experience that she purportedly wondered, is that it? And this is an article in a mainstream rock publication today. I'm really close to the Captain Picard facepalm here. I'm very close. As you'd expect, marriages and long-term romances were easy to corroborate. So now they're talking about their methodology here, how they figured out, you know, all of the 64, and it was easy to corroborate these because they were long-term romances. Other news outlets probably did the heavy lifting here. But confirming Jagger's endless list of one-night stands proved virtually impossible. We did our best to weed out internet fodder from the article that is pure internet fodder and presented the facts as we best could. And we have a gallery below. And so I don't think I'm going to go through the 64. No, they start with Marianne Faithfull. Okay, but I'm just going to stop there. I'm not even going to look at the rest of this. So again, the whole article is about 64 ladies. And how many dudes, right, are going to read these words and want to keep reading? No lover in rock. No lover? Mick Jagger to me is a singer, right? He's a singer in a rock and roll band. That's what he is. All right. He's a great singer. He's a great performer. I would never write a sentence talking about that there may be no lover in rock history more adored, envied, I would say scrutinized and mythicized. What? The whole Moves Like Jagger song? Look, okay, Mick Jagger is a big deal. But this stuff, this just shows. And what about the whole Me Too thing? Remember the Me Too movement? Well, I guess nobody's accusing Jagger of doing anything. They're just, everybody's just saying, isn't this great? Isn't this toxic masculinity? Isn't Mick Jagger demonstrating 4,000 women? That sounds a little toxic to me. You know, you've got a case of actual toxic masculinity. What was it? Gillette did a commercial where the dude is about to walk after a girl, and the other dude's like, no, bro, you can't go after her. That's toxic masculinity, dude. What was he going to do to her? Get her phone number? But we got 4,000 conquests here. And then we're going to do the 64 that we can corroborate. And you wonder why classic rock world is in the pooper. Folks, you can go find, you'll just Google this, Mick Jagger 64 confirmed. I'm not going to tell you where this website is. There are reasons for that. Anyway, the whole industry doesn't, I'll just be honest with it. The industry itself doesn't like me, right? Because I'm not cheerleading that. This is, by the way, this is pure debauchery, right? Like, this is hedonism on steroids. This is, I'm a rock star and you're going to sleep with me. And that's the way it is. And we're going to celebrate this in an article. We're not going to grow up at all. We're not going to, he's 80 years old. And his wife, I think it's his wife or girlfriend, can't remember. I think she's like 37 or something like that. That's fine. Dave, come on. He's Mick Jagger. I mean, he moves like Jagger too. So no artist has ever been the kind of lover that Mick Jagger has been. It's just something in the way he moves. I'm thinking of George Harrison, like no other lover. Wow. And it's a dude who wrote it. It's a dude. I'm not sure what team he plays for, but he's a dude. All right. I got to get out of this because this just shows me a couple of things. Number one, it shows that the culture, the initial, rock stars sleeping around kind of thing, that hasn't been good for society as a whole. Just putting it out there, right? The idea that somebody has this much power because they're famous, and how women just this was a thing. You joined a rock band to get the chicks, right? But maybe at some point you grew out of it. Some point you matured and moved on with your life and said, it's time to settle down, right? Nope. These guys just, because it's part of this whole culture. And so some of those grunge guys in the 90s, they supposedly, like Eddie Vedder, I didn't like how they were treating women. Those glam rock guys didn't like it. Okay. Did you guys do any better in the 90s? I don't know. You talk a good game, but I don't know if that's true. Maybe you did a little bit. I mean, you probably did better than Mick, right? But they're glorifying and glamorizing, and they're just, okay, it's just a fun article, Dave. What's your problem? My problem is that these are the same people that tell us if a woman accuses somebody of something that they didn't do, that you need to believe the woman. And on the flip side of that coin, over here, they're saying, isn't it cool? 4,000 conquests. Let's brag about it. Let's glamorize it. Let's make it a cool thing. I don't know. I'm confused. All right. I'm very much confused. Here's the thing that should happen with people at some point. Man, what I did when I was younger, that was really stupid. I'm glad I don't do that anymore. That's it. All right. Or I grew out of that, or I matured, or I hurt a lot of people along the way, or those relationships weren't built on anything but lust and sex and me being who I am. It's empty. It's hollow at the end of it. Isn't it empty and hollow and meaningless? Is that what life is supposed to be? Anyway, not to get too philosophical here, but at some point, you got to put the childish things behind you and move on. But I've noticed with a lot of these old geezer rock stars, they're just doing the same stuff they've always done. Or they hide what they did, or they hide what they do now, whereas what they did when they were younger, they put it right out there in the open. Look at how cool I am. Look at these chicks, Dire Straits, money for nothing. Got my money for nothing. Got my chicks for free. So, yeah, the character in that song, he can't relate, right? He's carrying these TVs around, custom kitchen deliveries. He's working hard. He probably has one wife at home that he's providing for, that he's working hard for. And he looks at these people and he goes, that's stupid. That ain't working, So in any event, I threw in a lot of different stuff there. My brain just keeps going, and at least it's still going. It may not be going in the right direction. All I know is I don't think I could write a sentence and publish this. There may be no lover in rock history more adored, envied, scrutinized, and mythicized than Mick Jagger. And he's a legendary Lothario linked with women. Just weird. an incredible number of partners. Such seems unfathomable for any normal person, yet this is Mick Jagger we're talking about. So we tend to believe him because he's Mick and we're not. All right. One more time for High South Feel This Good. I'm Dave. And yeah, everybody does crazy stuff when they're younger. And maybe this is just a way to keep people entertained because there is nothing to talk about. I get it. But the message it sends is not a good message for men and for obviously for women. This isn't the way things were designed to be. But yet here we are still talking about the same stuff that has plagued the rock and roll world for, I don't know, since probably the 1950s. We'll just say that. All right, I'm done. Thanks for watching. God bless everyone, okay? Pray for peace in the Middle East. Pray for sanity in our own government. Pray for a lot of things that aren't really happening right now because at some point, you can't rely on people. You can't rely on institutions. You've got to rely on God because really there's no other solution. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.